Bronny can go in front of Ian.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shedeur.
Right, it's about to get
Deion already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
like, when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like,
get off of me. Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the $30,000? Now? in the moment.
In that moment.
He was up. You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44.
You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is,
I am undisputed in me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's first.
I want to go rebound. Shoot.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes.
I'm light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Blah, blah, blah. Woo-wee! What the hell has happened over the last 24 hours in our sports world and community? Good morning, people. Wake your butts up, and if you're not up right now, guess what? This content gonna get you up. It is crazy out here in these streets right now. Everything going on. Y'all know what we about to talk about, and I'm gonna break it down to the very last compound. That's what I do. Okay? Straight up. Max Kellerman is back, and you know he could never be whack.
We said we were going to talk about you leaving ESPN, and you weren't able to talk about a lot of stuff, and a lot of other people were talking, including people you did shows with. How frustrating was it for you to sit on the sidelines, be talked about, but not be able to talk?
That doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
You're talking about me. Like, I'm not sweating anybody like that. But I was very flattered that, because if you go off the air, you're not sure that the sports world would care, right? But people seem to care. I was like, oh, look at that. People are thinking about me. I was very flattered by it, to tell you the truth. And in terms of the stuff that went down behind the scenes, there were things said to me in private that early on that it's not like anyone said to me, hey, this is top secret, don't repeat this. But I think there's a general understanding that if someone's talking to you in private, it's a private conversation. And I wouldn't repeat that unless they said it was okay to repeat what they told me.
Yeah.
So that's what I could tell you about, like the behind the scenes stuff on First Take, for example.
Okay, let's start right there. Max Kellerman, personality type, rather chill than be in the mix. So what he just said basically is like, look, when I was gone, obviously you guys know, under contract or relieved of my duties, there are some clauses in there that are non-disparaging conversations, and you can't go there on ESPN, et cetera. You know, non-competes, you can't go somewhere else for this amount of time. Get that money and chill. And also don't say nothing. So that allowed Stephen A. Smith and others to talk about the situation with Max not being able to return fire. Also, he's a person that doesn't want to return fire in the first place. I'd rather chill than be in the mix. That's all he said right there. Now we're going to get into a little bit more of the First Take. Since he can talk, what will he say?
But in terms of like, I'm really not worried about that stuff, you know, like.
Yeah, but so Stephen A, you're in a relationship with where you're doing a show together for how many years? 4?
5.
5 years. You're with this dude every day. You're seeing him in the mornings. Your commercial breaks, you're hanging out.
Sure.
And then the show ends, or the show ends with you and he moves on with other people. And then, you know, and I should say I like Stephen A and I've always gotten along with him. I didn't love how he handled the aftermath of you leaving, where it's basically like, I told you the show would be better. I just thought, because I think you're really talented. You and I have known each other for a while. Whether it meshed as a show perfectly, I don't know the answer to that, but I just didn't think that was the right way to handle it.
If you're doing a debate show and you're a competitive person,
yeah,
why would you want me as a partner? That's bad. You want to go 15 rounds every day with Muhammad Kellerman? That's just bad. You know, it's embarrassing, you know.
So you think that?
Okay. Now that we need to dive into a little bit. Okay. So Max Kellerman, that's his first kind of like, all right, let me just give you a little bit of little shot, a little ninja stars at Stephen A. Smith. But I don't want to really turn this on Stephen A. Smith because he said enough right there. 15 rounds with Muhammad Kellerman is a lot. Now, we all know that Max is a smart guy, right? How smart? Who knows where he's on the spectrum, but the dude is next level in terms of intelligence. I know this firsthand, okay? He went to Columbia with me. Max is next level when you talk to him candidly. When you hear him on air, you just know the dude is smart. We're not going to go there. We're not going to say, oh, Stephen A. ain't smart. It's just Max is different, okay? He's smarter than me. He's smarter than Stephen A. It's just the way it goes, okay? Now, if you take offense to that, that's kind of what Max is saying. You're going to go on a debate show with me and debate me. Do you know my background? Do you know my intelligence? Do you know my scores? Do you know what I do for a living? Do you know my parents' background, et cetera? Because all that contributes to what his intelligence is. So I want to be candid because I know what Stephen A. Smith felt working with Max Kellerman. I felt the same thing. I did radio with Max for 6, 8 years, maybe 10. I don't know. We worked together forever. Max is so smart that when you talk, if you're not standing 10 toes down on what you're talking about, and think about it, if you're doing 2, 3, 4 hours of content, some of that may start getting a little bit looser from where you really have your core beliefs. Some of this may be some of the stuff you're talking about, but you didn't really watch that game. You really don't know what that player did yesterday. You know who he is in summation, but you don't know that moment. And that's where Max is a whole different animal than most players. Most people in this industry you can go toe-to-toe with, you can fluff with, you can go deep with, but when it comes to that, there's also an ego at play. So what he's saying with Stephen A. Smith is, hey, dog, we got to do this all the time, every day, a few hours a day. Good luck. And I know what Stephen A. Smith felt because I felt the same things when I would have discussions with Max. You'd be like, God dang, dog, where we going? Like, you just be like, I was going to stay on the block. Then he say, nah, let's just go around town. Okay. Next thing you know, you have traveled the country, the world in a conversation. Now, to Stephen A.'s point, he's like, I don't know how entertaining that is. I don't know where you took me, but where you took me, I don't know if the people want to go. That's Stephen A.'s point. But Max's point is like, look, dude, to get even into this verbal battle with me, to get into this intellectual warfare with me, it's not going to be fair to you. And I'm trying to say this for real. Just like Bill Simmons said, I like Stephen A. Smith. Every time I've ever hung out, met, chill with Stephen A. Smith, work with Stephen A. Smith, nothing but love. However, I do not, like Bill Simmons said, like how he handled when Max left. The Max departure tour, you know, when he went around with the Tupac on, the whole outfit, the all eyes on me, I didn't like that. That's the only time I ever had anything bad to say about Stephen A. Smith. That started the dominoes in terms of that. So Max is just basically like, look, dog, it is what it is. That's like racing Usain Bolt. He's like, dog, you probably won't win. You know what I mean? Max is like, dog, we're going to be talking and debating. And I hate to say it, you're probably not going to win a lot of those. The dude is next level with that.
That was part of it. He didn't want to put the time in, or like just wanted a different type of show. What's your take looking back 2 years later?
I don't think it has to do with put the time in. It's, you know, it's a debate show.
You're ready to roll on all topics.
You want to like if you're, I have an idea. This is what I want to put on TV. I want to spar Bud Crawford every day for 15 rounds, and I want everyone to see it. Eventually, you're going to say, I don't want to do that anymore.
And you bring in some other people in a rotating cast.
Yeah. I mean, that's one aspect of it. There are others. In other words, that's what I can tell you from my point of view.
Yeah.
And I also think that if you make a calculation, that if you can be perceived as a solo act, really, that you can get paid at a certain level that you can't if you're not a solo act, then you'd like to be a solo act, or at least perceived that way.
Okay, let's stop right there because we can go all day on this interview. We probably do it another time, another day, some other facets of it. But he gave us enough to just get through this whole topic right here. Okay. If you saw me, Max Kellerman, and Stephen A. Smith all standing together, first thing you probably say is, damn, Marcel's bigger than them. True. Okay. Next thing you know, you can start going into other stuff. You're also fatter than them. Okay, true. Okay. Who's more athletic? Me. Okay, I gave me all the credit now. Now let's get to Max. He's smarter than them. Oh, why are you offended, bruh? Like, who gets mad? Dog, I went to class. I was smart as hell. There are levels to this. And if you don't know those levels, maybe you're not as smart as you think you are. Okay? We do this in football all day. Somebody is a 5-star recruit. He goes to Ohio State. He's going to Ohio State. He's a Buckeye. We all know that dude can play some football. Now, will he go pro? I don't know. But coming out of high school, he can ball. Okay? Now, another kid is going to, I don't know, Appalachian Community Tech Central. And you're like, I don't know if he could ball. If he got good grades, you know he can't ball, because why are you going to that school then, right? So you probably like some issue in his life, distraction. Other than that, you either assume they can based on where they go and what you see from them, or you assume they can't. It's okay. Okay, so I'm the big one. I'm the big one. Max is the smart one, and Stephen A, dog, you just got the gift. It is. Like, you just can make it all happen. You can make it rain. The light turns on. Whop! It's time to go. Stephen A. Smith, nobody better going from 0 to 60 when that light go green. Red light, bow. He out. Good luck. We all contribute in different ways. I hate this world when people get so competitive that they get insecure. I thought we were competing. So if we competing, the first thing I do is know thyself. Second thing is know thy opponent. I tell my kids that right now. They're 10 years old and I'm coaching them. I say, you better judge that dude you're going against. We're going against this one team and they got this dude that's like bigger than everybody on our team, but he jumps higher too. I said, you see him? When you see him take off, you go backwards. You don't go at him. Everybody else you can attack, you can still recover, you can go get their flag. Him, go backwards. He gone. And then he gonna jump over you. Judge him. It's okay unless you're insecure. So what happened with their show from my vantage point is that judgment came and Stephen A. Smith didn't like it. I always tell you guys about the ego of the athlete. It's the best ego in the world. Nothing's perfect, but the athlete ego is better than the entertainer's ego. You want to know why? Because I got my ego based on I walked on the field like everybody else and I whooped their ass. I looked at you. I said, you an O-lineman, you 6'7", 330. I don't give a damn. Wop, 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 wop. Got your quarterback. That's your homeboy. Get his ass up. Next play. That's an ego. You doing that in the 5th grade, 8th grade, 12th grade, college, pros. You got an ego. That ain't the same as an entertainer. I've been there with the entertainer ego too. okay, we're going to go to a dinner. And then at this dinner, we're going to tell you everything we're going to do tomorrow. And then when you show up at 6 a.m, we're going to put you in front of the table and the producers, and everyone wants you to just go. And you just start talking and talking and talking and talking. And then when you're done talking, you're like, how was that? They'll say, we'll let you know. Then they're going to have another person come in there. It's so subjective. You don't know if you did real or fake or nothing. It ain't even based on what you really said. It could be just the likability. I like him more. Or it could be just, I know him better. I got a relationship. I know his agent. I got him. That ain't the same. Dog, when you play ball for real, you undeniable. If I'm out there 4 sacks a game, you think I ain't going top pick? You think 4 sacks a game, you think I ain't going first round? 4 sacks a game, you think I ain't going to Ohio State, the best school I want to go to? See what I'm saying? So it's a different animal. So where they got lost is Max knows himself in terms of I'm smart, right? And I'm going to talk, if we debating, you in my world. And then Stephen A. Smith is like, dog, no, you in my world. Because my world is when that light comes on, let's go. But the thing is, they didn't go to the same place. Because once again, back to the beginning of this conversation, Max Kellerman will take you around the world and be asking you, what is this? Where is this? You know the history of this? the etymology of this? You're like, what? What etymology? It's wild. It is. I work with them. I know. I work with Stephen A. I know. They're different frequencies. You're on a different team. The NFL ain't all the same, right? Cleveland ain't the same as New England right now. I'm not even talking about how they play. I'm talking about when you go to practice. I'm talking about when you're doing therapy. Everything different. It is what it is. So what I love about their dynamic is how it could have worked, how it really did work, and how, since it didn't work, it's still okay. Max is on his feet. He was getting paid to get fat and full and chilling at the crib. Didn't have to say A. Smith now to be the main entree, the main meal. Whereas before, they were trying to go with that combo pack. And I thought the combo pack, when I caught them back in those days, I was like, you got an entertainer like that, and you got somebody with a brain like that, educator and entertainer. It's like KRS-One. It's like Boogie Down Productions, edutainment. I thought it was going to work, but it didn't. So what's going to be interesting is Stephen A. Smith going to reply to this? Now, I know I ain't the one to give him advice, because advice ain't nothing but something that you already know. This is what advice is. Something you already know, but somebody else tell you. He already know he shouldn't say nothing about this. You don't got 12 shots off. Let the man get 1. And he ain't even really give you all he could. He just, pause. He just said, look, hey, man, I wasn't the one to sign up for that unless you really wanted to do that. And that's why I loved working with Max, because I wanted to do that, right? 1, I want to see how smart I am. 2, I want to have fun and let you flex and be as smart as you can be. If I'm racing you, I want you at your best. Light pole to light pole, hey, I'll be like this, tie your shoes. He'd be like, what? All right, no shoes? What you want to do? Whatever you want, stretch. Call your homegirls. Get the cameras ready. Like, take your time. We ain't got to race right now. What time you want to race? Because when we go, we going. That's how I am, because I got that good ego. But when your ego's a little fractured or you trying to flex, and let's not get into, I know y'all want to, the racial element of it. When T.O. came on there and went, boom. Shit, what? That was the comment heard around the world, right? It was like he said what everybody was thinking, but why are we thinking that? And that ain't right to say it or think it. But it was real, right? I'm just a realist. Like, look, this is one thing I wanted y'all to understand about me, and then we probably get out of here after we talk a little bit of the race stuff. I have learned in 51 years, I finally got it right, because it's been a few days since my birthday. I've been staying, I'm 50 still. I ain't 50. Like I'm some fine ass girl used to be. Like, I'm still 50. No, I'm 51 now. All right, so I'm 51. And what I've come to realize is there's nothing more liberating and gives you more freedom in this world than honesty, okay? Nothing. Because when I say it, and if it's already been said, there's nothing you can say. When I have acknowledged it, when I've already understood it, there's nothing you can do to move me off of that place, because I'm already there. And, who doesn't lie? So I grew up like everybody else. I got a lie here, a white lie here, a black lie there, a brown lie there, yellow lie there. I got lies everywhere like everybody else. Then I start realizing, damn, dog, these rooms are getting smaller because I'm over here trying to dance around this lie, keep that lie going. Then I was just like, man, funk that, because I was raised that way. My grandma, my mama, my daddy, I never caught them lying. They was just truth tellers. And then I started to turn into that. So right now, when I do this, when I talk about people I love, people I like, people I rock with, people I go to school with, people I played with, people I work with, trust me, the truth is coming first. And I look at it like this. If they don't like it, we can talk about it. But if you really mad at it and you don't want to talk about it, oh well, no love lost, because I'm not going to let you lead me into a room where all of a sudden everything's getting small. Like, I ain't out in your business, but your business is out there. I'm going to talk about it for real. And I'm going to talk about you and give you your props for real. So let's get into it. The last part is the racial part. That's really what detonated everything. Because they were going, what they were going to do. They were going to put that damn car in idle and neutral and just say, look, this is working. The ratings are good. Since Skip Bayless has left, the ratings have increased. So let's get out of this whole Max sabotage the show and the show sucked. They were doing better than even when Skip Bayless left. But remember, this is Skip Bayless leaving. I don't know if he's out of his prime or not. I don't believe in any of that right then. But he was getting paid to go to Fox. He gone. And everybody's like, what's going to happen to the show? It was Skip's show. Now it's Stephen A's show. And since it's Stephen A's show, he picks Max. And since it's Max and Stephen A, we got something. And they did. But then there was that underlying, like, what is this little tension? It was a lot of academic tension, right? Stephen A. Smith got a little issue with how he's perceived in terms of intelligence, what level. Being real, this happens to a lot of people that go to schools that don't say that you're smart. Some schools don't say you smart. It is. If it is, there's a school ranking, U.S. News and World Report. There's all these rankings out there, just like the BCS. Don't be walking around here talking about you balling out of control, you the best football player in the world, and they say, where you go to school? Columbia. What? No, you're not. No, you're not. Because even if you are, you got all the stats and all the film, they're going to say, who'd you play against? See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing academically, but a lot of people can't take this with ego. This is where their ego goes. They'll judge a football player, a basketball player, a tennis team. You'll do all that. Look at us. We're number one in the country. Okay. How are you academically? What school did you go to? So I know that's a little itch. I know that's a little itch for SAS. And Max is not the one to be around if you got that itch. But then they turned from that. They had that little thing, but they could have rolled that through, I think. Because you just lean into his smarts and you lean into your entertainment value. But they didn't. And they couldn't because damn you, T.O. That's my dog, too. He threw that in there. Now, the racial element, I never believe in that. I don't like that. I thought that T.O. was wrong. I've told him this, too. But whatever. He wrong, but he ain't wrong. Because people do it so much it's normalized even though it's wrong. Y'all know there's a lot of things that are normalized but are wrong. Like saying the N-word is normalized but it's wrong. It's stupid. But whatever, do you. I ain't gonna leave the conversation because you say the N-word, but I just know, hey dog, we could do better, right? When T.O. said that, you know what happened? It became too much, right? Now the dominoes are falling. Now we got too much. Now, and he tried to check T.O., but you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. It's wrap. It's wrap. It's gone. It's gone. And once it's gone like that, this is the problem with, like, you want validation from the group, right? That's why I don't act black. I don't believe you can act black. Once you say that, I'm like, you lost in the matrix. How you acting black? If you black and you do something, that's black. Whatever you are, you do it. This is what a man does. What a man just did. What you mean? It's not that deep. What is black? Whatever I just did is black. Like, people get caught up in that. I know it's a code. I know it's a culture. I get it. But just think about all of those restrictions that come with it. Once again, you're in that little bitty room. I don't do that. So they couldn't do that. All of a sudden, that room got too small. Because now you got this dude outsmarting you and now outblacking you, whatever the hell that means. Oh, too much. But I tell you what Stephen A. did, what he did, and he always is going to be king of this, the way I see how he moves. Like my man just said, my man King just said, thank you for the super chat. He said, did Stephen A play the corporate game better? Oh, yeah. I mean, he had tremendous timing. Look, it's leverage, everything. Stephen A was the one. Stephen A was the one who got Max. He called Max. He was supporting Max. He vouched for Max. All that. So yeah. And then when it came time, he was like, look, him or me. And they like, what? What kind of ultimatum is that? And he's like, come on, y'all. Come on. I've been rocking with y'all how long? I know Max used to work here and he's back here, but come on, y'all. Let's do this, And so if you say play the corporate game better, yes, Stephen A is eating and making his money and doing his thing. But don't act like Max ain't either, because Max is doing his thing now. He's back. He was getting paid all the time when he wasn't back. And he was just with Stephen A before that time. So Stephen A is the king of this, dog. This is why I'm like, why you can't just give out flowers? Oh, I hate when cats just can't say it like it is. It is what it is. If it ain't, it ain't. Like, it's okay, but, I'm not the one for these conversations. I'm the one to talk and just walk away. And if you don't want to really be honest about yourself, if you can't tell me how good you are and bad you are, we ain't got nothing to talk about, because I could go anywhere and get fluff. I go anywhere for that. So, yeah, you're right. Stephen A plays the corporate game like none other. And stop making that a negative. It even feels that way when you say it sometimes. You've been so damn brainwashed. You play the corporate game better. You over there kissing butt. No, I am surviving and thriving like nobody else who's alive, man. Go Stephen A. Yes, Stephen A. And yes, Max. And damn it. Sometimes, what they say, good things, what they say, something about good things don't last forever, something like that. I don't know. Nothing lasts forever since we don't live forever. All right, let's beat it up in the comments. Let's get to the next topic. We probably come back to that another day, probably tomorrow. I don't know. I got to look at the rest of the clip. It's longer than I thought. I was like, God dang, y'all talking that real. But I want to create an environment, this climate right here, what we're doing, where we are going to be real. And one of the things my friends all know, I always say, when they start coming up to me saying so-and-so said this and this and that, first of all, I don't care. But I'm going to tell you this, lead with your weakness. Lead with your weakness. So start telling me what's wrong with you first. Everybody always come up to you and say, man, guess what he did? I was like, what did you do? Huh? I didn't even tell you what he did. I said, I know, but I want to get to the part where you did something too. So then I can understand this and see this properly. I got kids. Don't do this. My kids come home every day. Guess what Margaret did? I was like, I'm listening, baby. Go ahead. And Margaret did everything wrong. And I was like, damn. And she's your friend? Well, yeah. I was like, oh, why is she your friend and she does all these bad things? Well, she's not always that way. Oh, she's not. How about today? Did she do anything good? Yeah. And then she did this and this and this. Oh, okay. And so that time you were just telling me about what she did that and she stole your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what did you do to her? I took her raisins. I have grown-ass kids. Shut up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get out of this. All right, so what y'all talking about in this super chat? God, Lord. Y'all are talking this topic. I knew it. Duh. Ain't nobody stupid. Everybody know. And the craziest thing is, we would love nothing else than Max and Stephen A sitting there, no moderator, go. What happened? Why it didn't work? Like all those Barbara Walters questions, right? And I'm just like, whoa. I love that because I'm like, you love to see greatness and you love to see two people you respect do it and make it work, right? It's like Kobe and Shaq. It's like, y'all could have did that. Oh, we won 3. Well, you could have won 30. What the fuck? What you mad at? Like, people don't understand. People don't understand. All right, let's get into this topic right here. We about to go there. Okay, Jemele Hill went here. Rex Ryan really sat there and defended Lane Kiffin and in the same breath criticized college players for leveraging similar opportunities. Lane Kiffin has done this multiple times. Brian Kelly and another coaches have done it too. Okay, see, while I was talking about them schools, I'm playing. Jamil's the homie. They were doing this before NIL ever came into play. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. Is that what we doing? Oh, Jemele, let me make sure that this next one is this clip. Okay, yes it is. So what is she talking about? Obviously, we know Lane Kiffin dominated the news, still in the news for what he did in terms of not just leaving Ole Miss, but now we into the phase of anybody that's married hates this part. It ain't what you said, it's how you said it. Some punks out here. I swear y'all aunties are raising y'all. How many aunties are raising these kids? It went from my generation where your mama and daddy raised you, or your grandmama, big mama. Now it's the auntie. Yo, mama's sister is raising you. Soft. It ain't that he left Ole Miss. It's how he left. Shut the. What? You know how I got to Ole Miss? Do you really want to know? Do you really want to read them faxes? Do you really want to read these texts? Do you know how I got? I mean, I ain't going to out Columbia. Do you know how I got to high school? Let me do that. Nobody care about high school. It ain't illegal. It just ain't legal. Well, dog, when they come get you. Have you ever been recruited? Have y'all ever been recruited? I mean, and if you're really good, you get negative recruited. That means you so good, everywhere you go, they talk bad about everywhere else you're thinking about. I just go recruit trips. I'm like, really? That's what they do? They don't, really? And you get in trouble? Wow. Didn't think that. Like day school was exempt from all the BS. Come on, man. Miss me.
A big picture take is, look, I don't blame Lane Kiffin for going after it. Why? I mean, look at the landscape of college football, which I think is absolutely abysmal. Not just the calendar, but the fact you let kids bail, all the time, free agents. You know what? I'm going to make more money, D. Wood, if I go to this place or whatever. What is the difference? And to people that are killing Lane Kiffin, he's the one that built that program. He's the one. His leadership, his talents as a football coach, and the guys he hired and all that type of stuff. And so, look, yeah, I mean, does he look like a monster? It's easy for all of us to say, oh, hell no, he should have stayed, all that kind of stuff. That's not the real world, because everybody that's saying it would have chastened that job at LSU and the way more money and everything else that job brings. And so to me, no, he is not the monster in this case.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, the running theme and the running joke today is like your intelligence based on where you went to school or who we think you are. So I just heard another word, chasing. He said, everybody would have chasing. Look, I am not the one. I don't care how smart I am. Like, I know I'm smart, but I ain't the smartest. Come on, I ain't stupid. So I just heard the word. Here we go. He dead right. I mean, look, Jemele saying the hypocrisy exists everywhere. The hypocrisy is with the players, and now they have the freedom to express that hypocrisy, and the coaches have always had that freedom to do it, and now they're doing it to another level. You got to understand there's a pecking order to this. So what Lane Kiffin did is, one, coach the hell out of this team that's not even as talented as the team he had last year. And they are in a better position this year. And Lane Kiffin coached them up. And look, when I'm telling y'all the real, see, I was at the cigar lounge last night, and this guy, where I was talking to him, I'm going to keep it out. His son plays for the Yankees. That's all I'm going to say. And his son is big time. And I didn't know this. I'm just going to cigar lounge just saying, hey, get a stick real quick. And then we talking to, oh, snap. He's like, yeah, I like you and how you talking. And then the other guy was like, yeah, you just be saying like what we really thinking. And I was like, look, I used to do what they do, which is like talk at you, point at you, and act like I'm not that. And then I was like, dog, I remember being up there. I was like, man, I'm telling y'all exactly who I am, and y'all better do the same. If not, you fake. Anyway, now I'm just telling you what the real is. What Rex Ryan is trying to say is, you suckers, if y'all gonna act like how we got to our powerful positions was all above board, right? All with the best of ethics, you a damn lie. You don't believe me? Let's go. Okay. Paul Feinbaum be getting into it all the time. He just announced he's not going to go for the U.S. Senate. He realized them politics ain't the same. Boy, they undress you in politics. But look, he's come at me before, and it's, kind of in jest. He was like, it was me and him and Keyshawn one time. I was racing Keyshawn. I beat Keyshawn in the race, and he was clowning me. He didn't just say that Keyshawn will win. He was like, Marcellus, what has he ever done? Paul Feinbaum, I will tell you one day. And I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me, Paul. You hear me right now. Look at that. Woo. Okay, who else is up here? Dan Orlowski. Come on, y'all. I'm not even going to do that because Dan Orlowski, I love him and his analysis. At the same time, he takes a lot of heat for how. Okay. Adam Schefter's still mad at me for breaking the Harbaugh news. Mike Greenberg, Mike Golick on line 1. How did that go down? You know what I mean? Like Woody, my dog. I don't know nothing bad about Woody. He used to block the shit out of me, though. I remember that. Rex Ryan, we already know all this stuff. Point being, ain't none of us perfect. So I think Rex Ryan is talking from a position of, let's start with, we ain't perfect. Like, he didn't do it perfectly because no one does. But damn, what did he do wrong? So Jemele Hill's like, you know what he did wrong? You know, every coach gets away with this stuff, and then you talk about the players and his hypocrisy. We always criticizing the players for doing stuff that the coaches can do. Well, welcome to damn college football. Now, if they were governed properly, a little better from the NCAA, et cetera, if they could see ahead to actually have this properly coded, properly restricted, then we wouldn't have all these incidents. If the calendar has shifted and the calendar was in alignment with NIL or now with they're doing the revenue share, then we would be in a different place. But guess what? They have these old archaic ass rules from their committee that meets once a year in Indianapolis. And then guess what? Then things change. It's the Wild Wild West. Now NIL hits. Oh, we got to adjust. But we ain't adjust everything. And then now NIL, y'all on the side, we got now revenue sharing. And then you always have, and I've been to 2 of these meetings, and I'm not even in college. My son ain't close to college. There's no reason I should be there other than I used to play ball. And I've been to 2 of these big ass parties and meetings where we are paying these guys. But this one is not, let's just say, it's not on the calendar. It's not on the books. But where the money coming from? So we know too much. So what you're seeing is a performance of you know too much, so stop acting like you don't know what this is. Lane Kiffin coached them boys up, got them in a great position, and then all of a sudden, this is where he messed up. Right or wrong, this is where you messed up. And it's a tough position to be in. Okay, I'm getting offers. I got 3 other offers. Auburn, Florida, LSU. Baby, wake up. What? Where should I go next year? Should I stay here or should we go somewhere else? Well, you know, I didn't really want to come to Oxford at first. You know what I mean? We some Cali kids, being real, our heart's in Cali, but whatever. And then next thing you know, we're here. We've made a home of this place. I'm fine here if you're fine here. But you're waking me up at 3:30 in the morning, and I don't think you're fine here. So what's up? Well, LSU is just so big time. Florida's so big time. And then, you know, Auburn it's bigger than this. Is it? She's like, take Auburn off. Come on, baby. We that's a step up, maybe. If not, it's lateral. But I'm not up at 3:30 talking about Auburn, are we? So it's Florida and LSU. What's up with that? Well, I want to go there. Well, won't you? Let's explore it. Well, you know, there are some reservations. You know, if I go there and win, I'm just Urban Meyer Jr. If I go to LSU and win, what am I? You know, Nick Saban or Les Miles Jr. Like, she's like, there's something keeping you up, honey. Let's at least do our due diligence. So tomorrow, when I actually wake up for real, instead of you knocking me and nudging me, I'm going to call around and look into neighborhoods. I'm going to look into schools. I'm going to see what's going on. I want to see what those experiences really are. I've never been there outside of just a game or so. Family go out there and check it out. AD is like, I've been hearing a lot about you going everywhere, and I've seen this private jet. And tell me if this is your tag number. I mean, how else are you supposed to find out? I need somebody to FaceTime me out there in the crowd. Just somebody walk around Baton Rouge and just FaceTime me, please. Somebody go to Gainesville and just FaceTime me, please, so I can see what it looks like. You can't even do your due diligence, right? Now, usually, I will say this. When you do your due diligence, you gone. You ain't staying because most of us are lazy. So why would I do due diligence and not actually live up to it, activate it? So I get it. All right, well, I don't think it's hypocrisy. I just think it's unfair that players are in this position where they lose their coach and probably their chances of winning it all this year, let's be real. And I think it's unfair to Lane Kiffin, who has opportunities, but based on the calendar, that I got to explore these opportunities right now in the middle of something else. But guess what? I kept winning while this is all on my head and in my plate. All this stuff that I'm dealing with, I'm still good. We ain't missing a beat. Never missing a beat. Yeah. Beat it up in the comments. What song is that? So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You talking about you. You can't handle. You can't walk and chew gum. You can't juggle. We ain't losing because I'm doing due diligence. But you forcing me to make a decision, okay, it's going to be a little messy. Whenever you force something, usually it's going to get messy. I'm not defending Lane Kiffin, just the way I see it. And I see both sides. I know the AD got to protect his school. I live here in Oxford. I got to take care of this university. Okay, good for you. And I also live in this body, and I got to take care of Lane Kiffin. So if you want to play a game of chicken, well, you about to, that's your ass. Nobody told you to force. And let's be real. And these players, y'all weak right now. This Ole Miss team, I used to root for y'all. Now y'all talking about, we didn't even want him to stay. Yes, you did. Who the hell don't want their coach to stay? They got a chance to win a national championship. You can leave us because you already left us. Man, that ain't how that's a narrative. Y'all trying to get popular. Y'all trying to get some pandering. Shut up. I don't give a damn what Bill Parcells or whoever my coach would have been. If my coach is like, look, I'm about to dip. And nobody even tripping. We like, we get it, coach. We all got here because we went to the best situation. You going to another situation you think is better. Doesn't mean where we are is the best situation. Guess what, coach? We're all trying to go to the NFL. That's a better situation. And if I could leave right now, I would. Matter of fact, have you seen players not finish the season because they don't want to play in a bowl game because they got a better situation waiting for them? Yes. So, coach, guess what? I get what you're talking about. I'm picking up everything you putting down. Letting these people over here dictate narratives and make y'all say, we ain't even want him to stay. We want the lesser coach. Okay. He may be, y'all may win it all. I ain't no voodoo. This ain't no witchcraft. I'm not trying to put a hex on y'all. I'm just saying, stop lying. Lane Kiffin, go, bye, peace. Y'all some aunties. Like, that's feminine. No football team ever wants to be worse when they show up. You're worse showing up. You may outplay how bad y'all may be, but y'all are definitely. And y'all moved up they moved up in the college football rankings too, which was crazy. All right, good luck to you. But these narratives getting out of control. Okay. People are in the comment, thank you, Danny Fan. He says, yo, hit the like. Danny Fan's our number 2 fan today. Yeah, y'all got to try to be top fans. I like that. So whoever the top fan is, that means you are getting it in. You engaging with this show. Oh, here we go. Libby Man says Lane would have had another opportunity at another time. You don't leave a playoff team. Foul move, even if he went to the Gators. I disagree with that. Because first of all, you wouldn't have had another opportunity. You want to know why? Because the AD at Ole Miss is also trying to rush Lane Kiffin to make a decision because he knows he's losing out on coaches, right? And guess what? Lane Kiffin is trying to say, all right, I got to make a decision because I'm losing out on opportunities. Florida said, Lane, we love you, but damn, how long? Okay, never mind. So people are horrible at this. Time shifting. They will actually make an assessment that is not at that proper time. There's past tense, present tense, future tense, right? So you got to know which tense you're talking about. You're saying Lane could have just chilled and then he could have made a decision after the season. Florida already told you, no, you can't. And then the other schools that he wasn't even considering was like, no, you can't. UCLA and Penn State is over there hunting and Virginia Tech already. And BYU is like, what's going to happen? Like, no, you can't. I don't know if you ever been recruited, but they be like, yo, we need your offer. We need your opportunity. You coming? And then you's like, nah, I don't know. And look, you better be it. And then they be like, that last scholarship is another 5-star out here. Let's just say that, okay? You ain't the only 5-star, dog. So I wish it was like that, but it ain't like that. It ain't how the game goes. Okay. Let's get into this topic. I'm about to cry. My Clippers. It ain't going well. Okay, let's go right here. This is sad. Clippers have informed Chris Paul that he is being sent home. That's my dog, Chris Haynes. Darkness reported this, and CP3 wrote, wow. Well, I put the wow in there. I'm saying wow. Just found out I'm being sent home. Yes, Chris Paul. Let me tell y'all this. No. Let me give it all to you, and then let me just go. So, Chris Paul being sent home. Now, this is disturbing in itself. But then you start to see a pattern, maybe, where Blake Griffin wanted to retire a Clipper 7 months after signing a 5-year, $171 million deal to stay in L.A. 7 months. The Clippers traded him to Detroit. Chris Paul wanted to retire a Clipper. 5 months. Be greater than your greatest excuse. So Chris Paul's there, his son. Just saw his son the other day at the Clipper. Be greater than your greatest excuse. So Chris Paul's there, his son. Just saw his son the other day at the Clipper game. Love for the Paul family, right? But I, once again, got to be a truth teller. So Chris Paul to the Clippers sounded great until you saw it. And I'm not just talking about on the court. Obviously, Chris Paul is not in his prime anymore. Chris Paul is not Chris Paul like we know CP3. He's kind of Chris Paul, not CP3. Duh. He's me in Jacksonville. Actually, better than that. He just me, you know, like at the end, it just is. Okay. Why do I bring that up? Because that's why he's not playing all the time. A DNP, as they say, did not play. I am Chris Paul. I am a future Hall of Famer in my 21st year. And I'm not playing. That is an effect to the ego, to the psyche. Between your ears, oh, it's going on. It is crazy up in here right now. You're like, because the world looks different. Beat it up in the comments if you've ever been poor. Beat it up in the comments if you're rich. Beat it up in the comments if you've ever been poor and rich. It's a different animal. It's the same world. We're all on the same planet. We're all on the planet Earth. But boy, I grew up on Palm and Barron, Compton, and I grew up on Slauson and Edgemar. And Slauson and Edgemar felt like Beverly Hills to my Compton experience. But then I actually lived in Beverly Hills, and it didn't look like Slauson and Edgemar. And all I'm saying is it's insane to me, and it's amazing to me how perspective shapes behavior, like incentives shape behavior, okay? So, when you're there and you're on top of the mountain, whatever it may be, golly. The best way I describe it is either being a fine girl, like you just can't go to the grocery store. Hey, lady, what you need? She's like, I need nothing. I just came here to get some groceries. Oh, I'll walk around with you. I'll get those for you. You want me to help you? I didn't ask for anything, sir. I just want some yogurt. Leave me alone. Right? A fine girl, that's what being like when you CP3, you a fine girl. Or it's like this. The way you look at the world, like this is how it goes. Everything you say, even if it's not a joke, people laugh. When you are on top, CP3 before this, CP3 be like, just, hey man, what y'all up to? Boy, he said, what we up to? You don't even have to say a joke and people laugh. But when you are Chris Paul now and me at the end and everybody else it happens to, guess what happens? You can say the funniest joke. Dave Chappelle could text you a joke. Eddie Murphy could be on the group text with you and send you a joke. You go in the locker room and say that same joke, and nobody laughs. Oh, shit, I used to hate that. You're like, what? You ain't it no more, bruh. You ain't it. And so Chris Paul knew that. You know how I know he knew it? Because I used to watch him. I go to the games. I'm watching him, I'm like, damn. Not only is he out of routine, like I'm not starting the game, so now I got to stay here. I got warmed up before the game. Now I'm sitting here on the sideline, got the full jogging suit on. I never did this. And then I come in the game, it's for a few minutes and go. Then there's the next game I don't play at all, but I warmed up. Then it's the next game I pull. And then this is what I saw, real spit. I ain't talked to him about this. Real spit. I saw him. And you ever see somebody doing this? And they're paying attention, but you know their mind's not there because he's just looking. And I think he's like looking inward more than outward. This is my conjecture. I'm just making this up. But I'm like, because his head ain't moving like this, he's just looking. And I'm looking at him like, damn, I know what he's talking about. He telling himself, what the funk is this? But, so you see that. He's feeling that. And then you start to wear that, right? You're not as engaging as you can be. You can't be. You think you're doing all the same things, but it's not with the same energy. That's why at school, that's why at work, every time you come in a little off, what do you hear? Ready? Drum roll. Everything good? You all right? Instead of hello. Okay. I'm bringing all this up for background because now you're a teammate. And your teammates, whether it's real or fake, they are assuming you're feeling that way, and then you're not offsetting that. Tough. And this is what let me know. I didn't see them ever let him go. I thought they would just give him, grandfather him in, let him play the whole year, or not play the whole year, but be on the roster. I saw one game, And you know how the game go 3, 2, 1. And this year it's a Clippers loss. We're 5-16. What the funk, man? And, and everybody walking. Oh, good game, baby. All right, big dog, hit your boy, man. Hey, man, you better stay. You staying overnight? Okay, all right. All that jump. Guess what Chris Paul did? Shoo, ran right through that tunnel. And where we sit, we get access to this lounge. And this lounge is crazy. It's 2 sides to the lounge like this side and this side. And then right here where the microphone is where the players go in and out. That sounds like a pause. The players go in the locker room and out the locker room. The locker room's right here, the TV screen. And they walk right there. You literally have a drink. You literally have your little son, itty bitty, right there. And he going, good game, good game, good game. MJ does it all the time. Good game, good game, good game. His favorite player before was Norman Powell. Right? And Jones Jr., he's hurt right now. So now his favorite player is John Collins, right? Good game, John. Good game. They love it. You get a picture, you get video, whatever. They just doing their thing. What's up, Ty Lue? All that. And then I was like, yup. And now you take it to the bigger level, they let him go. I don't know why they let him go. I know they're not going to put his business out there. I don't know if that is the reason. He just sitting there like, and he obviously wanted to stay because that's embarrassing. And 2, I'm in LA. This is home for Chris Paul. His son goes to school out here. Oh, that's so bad. And then you take it to the next level where this is what we're talking about. Blake Griffin went through the same thing. I'm not going to rehash that, but Clippers. People always clown me talking about the Clippers going to clip. That's clipping right there. That's tripping clipping. And we ain't won one. Oh, all bad. Let's beat it up in the comments before we get to our next topic. I'm not telling y'all the topics that are coming up now. I like this way. I don't know. I'm trying it all kind of ways. I know y'all got to stick around because somebody was in the comments saying, you ain't going to talk about CP3? Just talked about CP3. There's some other stuff. If it's happening out there, chances are we going to talk about it. I got a good filter. I got a good team right now finding me these topics. I'm not foolproof either, so always send me something. Text, DM, whatever. Call me. Patreon, it's up there at the link. Hit me. Let me know so I could get into it because I ain't scared. All right. Danny Fan says Clippers have the best arena. Yeah, you're right there. I'll give you that. Into it is next level. Most 9905 says, did CP3 try to coach the team over Ty Lue? I didn't see him over coaching. That's one. Actually, I saw him more on the other side of like, let me play the back. Let me let them live. Let me be a good teammate. And sometimes you can overcorrect. We need more CP3 instead of less. But he like, dog, I lead by example. And CP3 personality, he a bark. He's a competitor. And when he can't compete, where does that go? Where does that turn? Does that turn into frustration? It turns into aloofness. Does it turn into I'm just going to chill? I'm not going to be in the mix. Look, I saw LeBron doing this when he was hurt with the sciatica. He was just sitting there chilling. People are like, ooh, he don't like Luka. Ooh, he don't like the team. He like, dog, whenever I'm there, I'm taking all the oxygen. So I'm just going to chill. People don't read it right sometimes. They just think it's always something else. So, oh, boy. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on at Gil's Arena, but I like it.
And yeah, you trying to get the best of me, and it's man shit at that point, right? I'm not going back down to deviate as a man first and foremost. I got pride, and I got to go look at myself in the mirror. So,
okay, they're talking about Dylan Brooks, Gilbert, Kenyon, Nick. You already know. Gas, meat, fire right now. They're talking about Dylan Brooks and how he competes. And now, since he got an offensive bag, since he's in Phoenix, and we've been seeing that bag, he's been dropping them points. We always knew he was a dog. We always knew he was a defender. But his reputation is being on the defensive side, and now he's brought both sides. And there's a discussion because he shut down LeBron, whatever you want to call it. We saw that Lakers game, so now they getting into it. Let's go.
Probably last year. What you talking about?
When he was in Houston.
He had it.
Did he?
That's what I'm saying.
Why not? He don't deviate.
He take his L's.
He don't deviate.
Where's this interview from the last time we heard about him in Memphis?
So you're talking about
2 years in Houston when LeBron played.
So like I said, you want to talk
when
about
LeBron had 25 and 13 and 9 last year against him, and he had 5. He walked out of the meeting. He didn't want to talk. See, that's
the pride he's talking about.
I don't know what he did. LeBron has more points. So Gil, LeBron has more points.
13 and 9.
LeBron has more points than everybody in the history of playing fucking basketball.
Last year.
Yes.
Last year.
LeBron has more points than anybody in the history of playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Cool. That does not mean that Dylan Brooks don't show up to compete, bro. You're trying to take his competitive nature away because you're talking about fucking points.
I don't know about.
I don't want to give fuck points.
Hold on. Wait.
I don't give a fuck how many points a nigga had, man.
Wait, so if he tried to stop somebody, that man bust his ass.
Cool.
When we went to go do this, he was gone.
Cool.
Now when he has the word, now when he outplays them, now he's there to talk.
Cool. And like I said, I don't agree with the answer. Did you hear what I said when I was making my statement about the answer?
I was talking Brooks was the front runner.
Did you hear my statement when I said about the answers?
I mean, everybody's saying he was the front runner.
Did you hear me when I said all the antics and all that shit? I can do it out. Did you hear me say that? I'm talking about competing. Between the 94-50, nigga.
I'm gonna make you work for it. I'm gonna make you work for it.
Everybody compete. Hey, you two gentlemen that play football. Did your most competitive games, there's some games where you didn't have a deflection but you went out to compete, right? Gerald, was a game where you didn't have a tackle or a sack, but your competitive drive was up to this motherfucker.
They ain't let you get nothing that night.
You went out
They ain't
there,
let you get nothing.
nigga might have had 150 yards,
2 touchdowns on you.
But you went out there to compete, though, right?
You can look in the mirror.
Change shit.
I don't have no. I was saying like you're praising him for competing. Let's celebrate when he's winning, but when he gets his
I
ass
ain't talking about celebrating or not celebrating. I'm talking about
when you get your ass
when the ball go up, you go out and play hard each and every possession.
Like Dylan Brooks, it just be.
And what I've seen of Dylan Brooks, when the ball goes up,
it don't matter.
Memphis, Houston,
anywhere he at.
Oregon too. Oregon plays hard. He's going to compete. What does that mean? Nigga, that's what the question was.
What does that mean?
It's a skill set.
Playing hard.
LeBron.
Everybody who guarded me was playing hard. I averaged 29. Everybody who's playing Luka plays hard. Everybody who's guarding Luka plays hard. How much is Luka average?
We're talking about competition, bro. We're talking about competition.
I don't know what
we're talking about competition.
You compete on the other side of the ball.
I'm confused on.
So you gave up 29. You scored 29. How many did you give up?
Let me ask you.
How many did you give up? Hold on. You didn't compete on both sides of the ball, so you can't have this conversation with me.
So
you only play one side of the ball. I don't want to talk to you.
You gotta compete. We're talking about competition.
I want to talk to you.
So Dylan plays defense, no offense.
So you just praise.
So what is the difference?
You just said
it.
it.
Now. So the nigga averaging 22 now. Is he offense and defensive player or not? We're talking about the person that's playing right now.
I hear you.
So you didn't play both sides of the ball, so you can't talk to me.
I know a lot of y'all didn't play pro. I know a lot of y'all didn't play at the highest level, but y'all all play. We all athletes, right? We all been in that mix, whether it's the court or the field. We've been there. And since these guys obviously are aged out of playing, they are competing. They're competing with these words that, you know, bruh, what I did and what they doing out there. And I'm here for it. Damn it. Okay, they both had amazing points. I ain't lying. Straight up, they both had amazing points. I love what Champ from LA said. He said, Kenyon strong, been around that type, but also he's very tough. He about that life. He's the basketball version of Steve Smith Sr. I've never thought about that, and that is dead on. That is Kenyon Martin right there, like always ready for whatever, right? Real spit. Then you got to also look at the fact that they both had good points. So it all starts off when you see Dylan Brooks. And being real, if you're going to assess Dylan Brooks up to this point, you're like, he's one-sided, right? You know he can play offensively. They all can. You know, we get into that situation where we forget that these guys got here to the NBA. And you don't get to the NBA explicitly just on defense. You got something in your bag offensively. You got some game. In high school, you scored 40. What's my man Patrick Beverly? Didn't he average like 40 in high school? Yes. And then you get to the NBA, you're a defender. And that's why you better tell your kids right now, they better defend, because when they get to the next level, somebody going to be able to have a bag the same or better than them. And he going to be 6'6". And if your son is 6'6", the other kid going to be 6'9". And if your son is 6'9", the other kid going to be 7 feet. Somebody gonna be out there with the same thing you got, but bigger, better, badder, something. And you're gonna be like, what else do I do? You better start playing some defense. So Dylan Brooks got here on defense. We get it. But now we seeing the offensive bag like, whoa, his little turnarounds, right? He got a little turnaround game that's sick. He gonna hit you. Now, they're arguing, look, dog, you trying to tell me like I'm supposed to put some more respect on him because he's competing? Like they all compete. Gilbert's like, they all compete. I gave him 29 a game, but they were competing. And that's true. Like ain't nobody going out there to mail it in. You giving them hell. You getting buckets on dudes going full throttle. What Kenyon is saying is he goes full throttle and he doesn't take that time off, those days off, those moments off. And now he got a bag. Put some new respect on this guy. And it's so hard when people know you to give you new respect. We know it. That's why they say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Real spit. It takes forever for people to come around to seeing the new you. Y'all been through that? You finally said, man, I ain't going to get no more F's in this class, man. I'm about to do some work. As soon as you go home with them books, them extra books that day, your boys are on your head. What you doing? Right? No love, no respect, no support. And even when you get a good grade, you get an A on the next one. They be like, who you cheat off of? And then you're like, what you mean I cheat? I did my work. I looked at it. You ain't do no damn work. Okay, get another A. You get another A, they be like, oh, hell no, I'm sitting next to you. Something going on. It just takes forever to get respect. So they did most of the talking on that. I just wanted to show you that the theater that they had for that was next level. Next level. And you got to give Dylan Brooks his due. But I learned this from playing ball in the NFL that they always said it takes 1 year. It takes you 2 years to make the All-Stars. The first year for people to actually take notice, and the second year to give you recognition. So we are noticing Dylan Brooks right now, but we ain't recognizing and giving him respect because it's hard to recognize because you don't have any reference from the past. Oh, he was giving you buckets like this. And I think that's where Gil is. He's like, dog, good. Everybody's trying hard, so miss me with that. And to sum it up, I will say this. I'll give you a Peyton Manning story because Peyton Manning really got the moniker of first in, last out. Remember that? And I thought it was unfair to so many other players that I knew that were first in and last out, but they weren't as good as Peyton Manning. They didn't have the marketing reputation. They didn't have the cachet, the Q rating. But being first in, last out, a lot of guys are that. Every team has one, right? But more importantly, this is what people didn't really understand. Some of them are sorry. I ain't gonna say no names. Boy, why you here so early? It ain't translating. And then why you here so late? It ain't translating. But you don't say that because he's trying. He's trying. He's trying to get it right. So I was like, And then you got some cats barely make the meeting and are the first ones out of there smoking, and they kill it. They kill it. Right? They got mad at Troy Aikman for doing this. Troy Aikman, remember Troy Aikman is Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football making what, $1 million a game. Some of them damn coworkers, the production assistant, he's not a great team player. What do you mean? Well, he doesn't really come around and show camaraderie. Joe Buck does, but not Troy Aikman. And Troy stopped short of saying this. Look, I have my own airplane, and I'm flying in to do the job, and I'm flying out to go home. Everything in between, you better say hi and bye, because I'm moving fast. I am not here for your high fives. I'm not here for your, yes, go team. And there's a part of all of us that gets that. Whether you do that or not, I'm not. I say in my head I'm going to be Troy Aikman, but then I turn into Joe Buck and be like, hey, how you guys doing? I'll be there all day. They say if you ever want to say bye, never say goodbye. Because you ain't going to never say bye. You're going to be at that party forever, so I get it. All right, beat it up in the comments. We got Jude saying, yep. Thank you, Jude, for the comment. You just try. Now, and look, don't try to be the top fan by just saying one word in here. Say something. Oh, man. Okay, you did say something. You said, Marcel's going to comedy circuit. You are bona fide funny. Thank you. You know what? No lie. No lie. You know what? I'm keeping it real on this show. I am a jokester. My sister is the funniest person I ever met. Her and Chris Spencer, if you know who he is, a comedian, used to host Vibe. He writes for all the comedians, all the big shows, Golden Globes, when they say them jokes, all that, he writes all that. And point being, I've always had jokes because I had to have jokes. My family's a jokester family. We gonna clown you. If we love you, we clowning you, straight up. And so I learned from them, osmosis. But I have turned it, on the teams, I usually was one of the funniest. Not always the funniest. Deion Grant, if y'all know who he is, he's hilarious. A lot of guys are funny, but Marcus Stroud, hilarious. A lot of guys used to joke with me. Omar Dorsey, comedian, my homeboy. Actor, I should say. Hilarious. So we just got these jokes. That's what we do. So thank you for the compliment. Now, let's turn into this subject. No compliment here. LeBron, we just talked about CP3 and how he got played and how it all didn't work out with the Clippers. LeBron is not in that position, but LeBron might have checked out. I don't know. We got to go down to the front desk. Excuse me, ma'am. LeBron James, yes. Are they still here at this hotel or are they checked out? Let's see her answer.
Gave a little bump, and Gabe went flying, and he stepped back and knocked down the jumper.
And I know Laker fans, this is about as bad as it gets when Brooks is the guy doing damage to the purple and gold. 27 assists for Phoenix on 39
Lakers want a timeout, and the officials don't see JJ out on the court.
This is hilarious. He waved them off.
49 seconds left in the third.
The look of a man who's like, if it wasn't him, I would really let you know how I feel. But damn it, he helped me get this job. Thanks for that podcast.
So the second and
look at
third
Bron.
quarters have basically belonged to the Suns.
Bron like, I almost retired. I don't know what y'all talking about. He like, I ain't got to come over there with no timeout. My son on the team. Boy, what you going to tell me? It's two of us. My son going that timeout, not me. Oh, man. Look, I just want to talk about the dynamic of all the stages of where you are in life and in the sports especially. And we all know that LeBron wants that farewell tour, but he has not announced this is his last year, which is so unfortunate because CP3 actually said this is my last year. And, oh, God. He literally said this is his last year, and that's how they treated him. They say, all right, well, you'll probably enjoy it more at home than here at the Clippers facility. Unreal. Well, LeBron, I don't think he's checked out. A lot of articles about him stat padding. And let me just tell you this. Let me put the positive connotation on stat padding before we get out of here to the next topic. Stat padding has to happen. And it happens a lot earlier and often than you think. Give you an example. Every time you get the schedule, at least in football, because it's only, 17 games, you look at it. And I used to go to the bathroom and sit there, real spit, like I used to sit there and listen to music when I first got a CD or a tape growing up. Like I get Public Enemy, I go in there and I mean, look, I grew up in a 1 3/4 bedroom apartment. It's smaller than the studio, it feels like. Just a little bigger because we had a bathroom. 1 bathroom, 4 of us, whatever. I ain't complaining. That was good life. But I would go in there for privacy because I couldn't go in my bedroom because I shared it with my sister and we didn't have a 4th wall. And I certainly couldn't go in my mama and daddy room because, boy, that's a whooping. What the hell are you doing in my room? Like, what? All right, so I'm in the bathroom and I put it in here. I just got the new Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Panther or something. And it goes, right. Got you, Chuck. Remember that song as I started off the album? Oh, shit, that's all right. So then I open, you remember back in the days, you open up the tape and then it just, like an accordion, and it's all the lyrics. Damn, I'm old. It was no internet. Shit. And I'm sitting there like, he's like, and I'm reading them. I'm like, and I've got my headphones. I'm just like this. I'm on the bathroom toilet. My legs starting to hurt because I'm sitting too long. I'm like, I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. I'm like, shit. That was life. I'm only bringing that up because I used to do those type of things, and I used to always look at the schedule when I got to the NFL. Same kind of habit. I sit there. Ooh, who we got? Oh, we got Miami first. And I used to either circle it or put an X next to it. Circle it means that's money. We beating them fools, and that offensive tackle ain't it. Like, I'm about to get this fool, right? So I would circle 10 games maybe, and then there's like 6, because I played in the O era, only 16. And then there'd be 6 of them I put an X by. That meant I never said we were going to lose. I was just like, oh, we going to know we've been in a fight. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Whoa, Kimosabi. And then it'd be like Baltimore Ravens. I'd be like, damn it. Jonathan Ogden, shit. Okay, then it'd be like Seattle Seahawks. I'm like, no. Walter Jones, best tackle ever. Damn it. Raiders twice. Whatever. Lincoln Kennedy, who put them big ass paws on you and knock your ass out. Oh, you just look at this. I'm looking at this. Orlando Pace, Rams. Shit. I played in the era. I'm like, what are these? And that's all I used to do. Right? Well, I say all that because LeBron, let's just say he ain't going to the bathroom and circling it no more. He ain't engaged like that no more. What he's engaged with is like, look, stat padding. Stat padding now, he been doing that. When you play somebody sorry, when those circle teams, the 10 teams I played against that I was like, I didn't name their tackles. You don't want to know why? Because he was lunch meat. Barbecue chicken, right? So barbecue chicken. LeBron was getting barbecue chicken. You think LeBron year 4, year 8 wasn't saying barbecue chicken? He got 49, 13, and 7. Who'd he get against? I don't know. Whatever. That's stat padding. You're going to get your best numbers typically off of worse opponents. That's happening rookie year. Sometimes you just match up different, and this is the best part about sports. When somebody got a name, but you just match up well against them, right? Like no matter what. Like Lincoln Kennedy is my example. Lincoln Kennedy was a beast, but I felt better going against him than I did Jonathan Ogden, Orlando Pace, Walter Jones. And they all were beasts. But I was like, because Lincoln was so big, I was like, all right, I got hell to pay. If he stabs me, if he punches me, call the medics, call the paramedics. But if I make him miss or something, I just had a different, and so I could get a sack against him here and there, and everybody else, I could get a sack, never there, never there. It was just different. So you stat pad in the rookie year. You stat pad whenever you can, and your best way to stat pad is when a person actually got a name. Then you're like, yeah. Oh, man. You're like, oh, yes. Okay. All right, let's look at this. Let's see what y'all talking about in here. J-Dub is number 3 right now. You're in 3rd place, big dog. Keep going. Keep talking. LeBron literally was chasing a fake streak at the end of the game. Oh, yeah, that 10-point streak. Look, what the fuck? This is what Jemele Hill called out Rex Ryan for, and I disagree with y'all. If you're LeBron and you're in your 23rd year, and you got some streak that says if you get 10 points in every game, then you got whatever. You don't get a ribbon for it. You get an apple pie for it, but it's a stat, it's an award, it's an achievement. Would you not want to get it? It ain't like you got to go run up in the 12th row and go slap somebody. You just got to shoot a basketball. Oh, I'm getting paid to shoot a basketball. Well, maybe I should. Well, you trying to get it when it doesn't matter. It matters because I want the damn streak to continue, dummy. Y'all be trying to talk about somebody that you wouldn't be any different than that person if you were in that position. Oh, the end of this show is going to talk a lot about that. We're going to get into some Family Feud, so let's get into it right now. This is a problem right here. We got a problem in Minnesota. We got a quarterback problem in Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy is not who they thought he was going to be. Let's just be real. It is what it is. And now, it has a, when you hug like that, that means, dog, I'm here for you. Like, I'm connected to you, big dog. I know. I'm out here making, I don't even know how to say his name, JSX. I'm making him the #1 receiver in the league. And last year I had you, and you know how we did it. But they didn't want it. And now you stuck with J.J. McCarthy. That's a brother right there. He like, forget the uniform, dog. I feel for you. And we all can see the bad plays, etc. So beyond that, I want you to see this. Because this ain't Justin Jefferson. But it is Justin Jefferson. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is it? Oh, my God. Usually Justin Jefferson is on his first page. You ain't got to do what I'm about to do, which is scroll. As JSN, that's his name, not JSX. What's JSX? Is that Kendrick album? GSX. I'm all over the place. But look at these, okay? Now, we're going to get there. Look at George Pickens. Now, this is a tough thing. You know he in a contract year, but God dang, he eating. Puka be eating. Look at these. These are the names, and then there's some like, oh, okay. Let's get there. Drake London, athlete, 6'5" for real, basketball. Christian McCaffrey? You trying to tell me a running back got better numbers than a Justin Jefferson? Yes, he does. Okay, so you see right here, I just want to show you the rankings right here, 9th. So 9th targeted in the league is not a J.J. McCarthy bad issue. He's trying to get you the ball top 10. You've caught 12, like 12th place. Okay. Now, catch percentage, I don't know what the hell just happened. 92? Where were you in 92? Remember that song? All right, 12th again in yards, 28th in yards per reception, 27th in longest. That means he ain't breaking them the same. And this is my only thing I wanted to highlight. This is what I do. I'm a nerd like this. Second in touchdowns. Okay, hold on. You're ninth. All right, 69th in touchdowns. You're ninth in targets. You're 12th in catches. Okay, so that's top 10, basically almost average. What are we doing here with 69 in touchdowns? Okay, so that means either A, you're not throwing me the ball in the red zone, or B, I ain't got no yak. We'll get there. Average length reception, 41. Yeah. Okay, 36, yak. Don't know where he's been in previous years. I could do deeper analysis, but my point is, this is why football is the ultimate team sport. Your quarterback could be so sorry he take your confidence away. He take your game away because a lot of times you now are living mentally thinking about him, not trusting him. Man, this fool ain't gonna give me the ball. Man, I'm open every play. This fool ain't doing. Like, you start doing that. You ever been there? Man, this fool, right? I try to coach that out on my kids right now. It's hard. My receivers on my team are horrible, including my son, because they don't run. Why they don't run? They don't trust the quarterback. They're like, Daddy, I ran 50 yards. This fool ain't throwing it. I'm like, the play says run 50. I'm like, inside my head, I'm like, yeah, you smart. You're a smart little kid. I wouldn't run either. So you take a notch off because you know he 10 notches off. And then next thing you know, your yak is down. You're getting thrown to, but probably thrown to double covered, wrong timing, bad accuracy, etc. So let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. And we're going to fly through the rest of these things. What y'all talking about? Man, y'all talking about basketball still. Y'all late. Let's get into this football. What's up with my dog right here? Tell me what's up. This is Abdul Carter. Used to go to Penn State, right? Now New York Giant. I just laugh because I remember being this age, and I'm sure I looked like this to somebody when I was that age. And they like, now I'm an old ass man. I'm 51, so I'm gonna have to sound like somebody granddaddy right now. But let's go.
Your second time in 3 weeks. Didn't start. What happened?
It happens.
What happened?
I ain't gonna get into detail. Like I said, shit happens.
Why?
Why, Abdul? Like, for asking me the same question, I just answered.
So obviously we know he's been benched the last 2 of the last 3 games. I gotta watch this again just because I don't want them to think I'm a hater. I'm just old now. Sorry, dog. I used to wear this. I had more chains than you. My charm is bigger than that. I know, but watch this.
Your second time in 3 weeks. Didn't start. What happened?
It happens.
What happened?
I ain't gonna get into detail. Like I said, shit happens.
Why?
Why, Abdul? Like, for asking me the same question, I just answered.
Self-sabotage is a mother sucker. Like, if you just don't care, you just don't care. And I think he cares. I could tell because he's tough. Tough people care, they're just hurt. Or they're lost. Right? We grew up with all the tough kids. All the tough kids were the softest on the inside. You just had to get to it. I was never scared of nobody tough. I was scared of the one who was nice. Because I was like, he crazy when he snapped. Tough? Nah, that means mommy and daddy didn't hug you enough. That means you didn't know which way to go to school. That means you were scared. Like, you're not fooling me. Now, Abdul Carter, I don't know him, and I would love to know him because I think he's a beast in talent. But it ain't translating right now because of professionalism or lack thereof. Let me just say this. Let me get my preachy moment on. Because I actually live this way. Despite looking like a big-ass stereotype as I did, I actually knew what I was looking like. And I knew I could play that game because I knew they weren't going to judge me like that. One, the words that were coming out of my mouth were not going to be like, I can't communicate. I was going to be articulate. I was going to tell you something that you didn't know. I was going to go in depth, and I was going to explain myself. But also, I wasn't going to step in it. And if I did step in it, I'm going to acknowledge it, own up to it, let's move on. And I got a joke or two in there for you. But what I'm not going to do is let you play with my reputation. And that's what I don't think Abdul Carter gets. I don't think he understands that you are playing with your own reputation by acting tough. Nobody going to lose in this but you. You the one that got benched 2 of the last 3 games. You the one right now got viral clips going around looking like you trying to go hurt somebody, but you ain't on the field. Like, you in the locker room toughening it up. NWA reunion. Like, what is this? What is that? You do yourself no favors. You worked your ass off to become a top pick in the NFL. And then now you're going to just let it go because you got a couple bucks? Whatever they paid you, $20 million, $30 million, dog, that ain't it. That's a lot, but that ain't it. If you go out there and do what you can do in potential, you can add a 0 to that 20 and 30. It could be 200, 300 by the time you come up with your rookie deal. What you doing? This is my assumption, but I could tell you, he the guy that hangs. He the guy that, he probably at the club or the lounge, or he just, like, I'm just stereotyping now. Like, that guy, that teammate is the one who's for the streets. And when you for the streets, you forget, them streets don't love you. They just love what you're going to give them. And when you stop giving them, you're going to see that thin line between love and hate. So if I'm you, I wouldn't do that, Abdul Carter. I really wouldn't do that. Oh, man, I would get my game right. I would get on that field. Okay, so I'm about to get you into the family section of this, and then we're going to get into this. I think this is fascinating since we're on kind of like the sociology part. Y'all know me. I'm always going to go real and go sociology. We got to talk some psych. Let's get into it. This is dope.
Time that I looked at my account, the first number that I saw, I don't remember what my check was. Yeah. It was $13.4 million.
Damn.
Is there anything that you regret buying?
One thing, just early on in my career, enabled the people around me to spend like $400,000 a month. On what? A month, bro. Like on clothes, trying to do stuff on eBay. Like, bro, it was a lot. They call themselves trying to flip stuff. Yeah. That's when instantly I was like, okay, now. Yeah, nah, bro. Like, nah, it's my fault. But also, boundaries, bro. Like, having boundaries is so challenging when it's your family. Yep. They were the people that you dreamed of it with. So, like, if you live in a dream, then they gotta live the dream. The first.
So that dynamic, when you just got paid Friday night, or like him, that big check after all those years of grinding, 21, 22 years old, here's $13.4 million just to say hello. And the first thing that happens is everybody around you changes and they don't say hello anymore. They say, hi. I mean, to the slightest degree, to the fullest degree, everybody changes. It's okay. I think that's how they really register their pride, and they're proud of you, and that's how they show it. They're like, oh my God. Like, they just can't look at you the same anymore. You're not the same. You are someone who can empower them. You can become an enabler. You can enable them, the positive way, to do something they couldn't do before. When I got paid my first check, I had on that check more money than my mother had made in her entire life and my dad had made in his entire life combined. Gonna make me cry. Because that was an accomplishment, monetary accomplishment. There's all kind of ways you could do it. First one to graduate, I know a lot of you guys feel that. Or the first one to take a flight. Remember those days? Like, I'm the first one in my family ever been on an airplane. Like, all those things. But dog, you got it. You're the golden child. And people change on you. And what Jameis is talking about is some of the issues that come when they change, right? There are a lot of issues. And I'm glad that Jameis said it, because this is a story, cover your ears. This is a sensitive topic. But I really want to get into it because I think that it's necessary. It's about the late, great Kobe Bryant. And somebody's telling their account of Kobe Bryant, which could stain your brain in terms of his legacy, but we're not here for that. We're not here to slander Kobe, and certainly because he can't defend himself. But listen to this account, and this is exactly what Jameis was talking about. Check this out.
Man, I don't want no handouts. I don't want no money. I don't want shit. This is what I need you to do. I'm out here struggling. I got 2 kids. I got a family, man. All I want to do is go back with you. You get me out there, LA somewhere, man. Put me with somebody where I can make my own money. You just like get me in, and I'm working for somebody, or I'm doing something or business, anything to benefit myself. So, and I don't want nothing free. I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing but work for it. He Kobe Bryant. He could put me with anybody, but or he could do it himself. Put me as a security on a security team. Anything.
Okay, you hearing this? Now, this is love, this is loyalty, but this is also sounding like a little bit of entitlement. Like, oh, you can do it, so do it. And there's always a step between I can do it, but why haven't I done it? Maybe I know you, right? Why didn't it work out for you? Let's just be real. You ain't supposed to go pro like me, but what you supposed to be, why aren't you it? So then I'm going to throw some money at you or an opportunity at you that you haven't earned. This money you certainly haven't earned, right? So if I give that to you, I'm not teaching you how to fish. Next thing I know, you right back here needing more money. Here we go. I'm getting drained. Or I give you something that you haven't earned an opportunity, but what are your skills? If you could take anything, are you good at anything? Like you just saying whatever. Nah, I can't put my name, my rep. I can't put Kobe Bryant signs off on best friend from school. And then you just doing anything. See, this is what gets people twisted. I love you, but I love me some me. Like I've been grinding. You know how hard it is to keep a good reputation? You know how good it is to be a man of your word, people to believe in you? And then I give it to you. And I'm not saying you're going to mess it up because there's a LeBron James. There's a Rich Paul. There's a Maverick Carter. But at the same time, LeBron did that. No gun to head. No viral video from Rich Paul, Maverick Carter saying, LeBron, you can do it. Why didn't Kobe do it for you is the conversation we really need to have. Come on, hydration situation, brother.
It was super tight. There's no way he shouldn't do this for me. So I said that to him. He said, oh, yeah, that'll be no problem, no problem. I'm like, yo, I need a number. I don't got no number on you. How am I get back to you? He gives me a phone number. I'm happy as hell. I'm happy now. I'm like, bet. I'm betting my man with my man. I'm back with my guy. I'm about to get out of here. I'm amped up. He leave. I go back to the house. The next day I call. It's an assistant dude's phone number. It's not even him. Not getting him on the phone. I can't never get to me. I'm still doing my thing to survive, but that's in the back of my mind. Like, man, my man might come and get me. It's like a dream type of thing. Just in the back of my head because he's one of my best friends, period. Like, but nah, that's not what happened. I went to his cousin. His cousin came to me. He said, Kev, I'm going to tell you something about this guy. Dude is a certified piece of shit. The man never did nothing for nobody in his family. Like he got a $500 million empire. His sisters was working regular jobs. You see his mom and them got to fucking sell memorabilia and shit. But even when he was home, remember that memorabilia shit? That's because dude just a certified. He just don't care about nobody but his wife and them and a new family. One thing about him, that's what made him a great basketball player. He had no fear. He'll fight somebody, anything. Like he wasn't no chump at all. Like that, you're not going to get that from him. He was never no chump. Even in the hood, he'll play. He ain't had no fear.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know this dude. Respect, salute, love to you, big dog. Let me say this in love. I don't care about nothing but my family either. Like, what are you doing? My wife and kids come first. And I love me some of my sister and everybody else, but come on, man, I'm leaving this for them. You know that little itty bitty that came in here on yesterday's show with the purple hair? Her. Whatever she want to do, I'm going to give her enough money to fail forward. I'm going to give her enough opportunity to fail forward. Because that's the one thing I realized that when I was 18, I wish I had. And it ain't even really money. It's just opportunity. It's just something to create. Give me a snowflake so I can make a snowball. I'll make the snowball. Just give me the snowflake. I did that. I wanted to do that for my kids. I'm Old Testament. My last name gonna matter. I don't care what y'all think. Wiley gonna say something. You hear Wiley, you gonna be like, oh yeah. Like Marcellus Wiley. Like, I want that for my kids. And I want them to learn this world, and as they try to climb, they gonna fall. And when they fall, I want them to fail forward. Because to me, that's what success really is. How do you get pro? You don't get pro because you perfect and you the best player ever. No, you get it because you persevere. You fail forward. Somebody knocked your ass out. Boy, I got knocked out in the Fordham game my junior year. Got on the bus on the way back to campus peeing on the windows. Boy, I done got L's. L's. No sacks. L's. Come on. You got to fail forward. Like in sports, like in life. So, big dog, who doesn't love their family like that, right? My man Chip Osorio's back in the house. My younger brother told me to my face that I was selfish because I stopped sending him money. He's damn near 50 years old. Real spit. Thanks for the super chat. I know what it is. It's sad. Because people flip on you when you don't give them what they want. But guess what? You ain't gave yourself what you want. More importantly, what you need. That's why you over here on me. Oh, I ain't stupid with the flip. If we gonna have a conversation, let's talk. Okay, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. So this is not about Kobe, as I told you before. I'm going to keep reminding you. This is not about Kobe. This is just a situation that we want to talk about, that Jameis really brought up. So I had a homeboy, loose homeboy in high school, loose homeboy in college, like saw him, knew him, but not really. You know why? Because nobody thought I was going pro. You want to know why? Because I went to Columbia. So these fools, we ain't on ABC. Keith Jackson ain't saying, whoa, Nelly, we're out here right now in Riverdale, South Bronx, basically, watching the Columbia Lions versus the Princeton Tigers. He didn't do that. Nobody knew what I was doing out there. 13,000 was the most they ever saw me play a college football game. Okay? Real spit. So I would come home every summer and all these suckers working out, all my dogs, everybody. We working out at Dorsey. We working out. We going to Venice Beach. We doing all the same stuff. They go to big schools, all the schools. Name them. Yep, them. So we all working out together. And then every year they kind of would be like, damn, Wiley, you getting big. Damn, Wiley, you strong. Damn, Wiley, you fast. Every year they would say that. But, you know, they were like, damn, you're better than some of the guys on our team. I was like, thank you. Kept my head down. Then all of a sudden, pop, I got drafted. Bop, everybody at the draft party. Bop, everybody now the homie. All right, it's all good, dog. I got enough room. Come on. I know how to say no. See, this is my thing. I ain't got to dish you. Come on. But when you ask for too much, hey, dog, chill. Just like that. Do you want to be embarrassed? Do you want to fight my no? Because I will go there. Middle of this club. Hey, dog, you drank the whole bottle. Then you ordered another one for her who you just met. Hey, man, you got anything for that? I'm that guy. The more I drink, the more I think. I'm in the club like this. Hey, bro. Like, I get you using me to get what you want, but I got to be in on it too. like $5, dog. I ain't asking you for, it costs $2,000 what you just spent. I just asked you for $5. $5. What movie is this? $5. Man, that ain't shit. He get more doing what? Doing what? He worked for his uncle. I love it. I'm sorry, I got that kind of like entertainment Tourette's, rap Tourette's. My point is this. All of a sudden that dude circle around, next thing you know, he my bestie. He want to be my bestie. You can hang. Then he start doing shicey stuff. It never works out when somebody didn't work out for themselves. It just doesn't. Like, you know, it's rare. It's rare when somebody just really fell on hard times, hard luck, bad luck, everything, and then you just give them one thing and it all works. You get them jump started like a car. Oh yeah, never see you again, and I never need to ask you again, but I love you, and then I'm gonna come pick you, and it just doesn't. It usually is telling that person's in that position. It usually is, if you want to play it safe. Or you could be like my sister, and she always got that scavenger hunt for that one kid, one person that is not gonna do it, but she thinks they will, right? And then you're a piece of shit. He says, people calling people a piece of shit because I won't give you something. That you had the capable and able mind, body, and opportunity to get yourself. This ain't all about going pro. Work in the neighborhood. Work at a normal job. My parents were the postal employees. They put a roof over our head. We had a great life. Come on. All right, let's get into this. Get into these comments. I hate when people do that to you. They make you look like the bad guy. I got to end on this. We got to get our. Oh snap! No, we can't. We got to save it for tomorrow. Okay, I'm not doing that. I told you guys based on time. I'm gonna respect y'all time. Y'all getting up early in the morning with me. I am not gonna be the one that makes y'all stay longer just because I want to talk longer. So I love you guys out there. Have an amazing day. Just check it out, man. Just check it out what we doing over here. It's something special, and I'm glad I'm doing it with you guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole.